Hello, welcome to the part 2 of our chapter Work, Energy and Power. Now we are starting with the term energy. We define the term energy as the capacity to do work or the ability to do work. Why we define it as the capacity to do work? Because if a body has the energy, then it has the ability to apply the force and to cause the displacement. That's why energy and work, they are termed as the same quantities. That's why energy has the same unit joule as that of the work done. Now, if we take a simple example, that if a person starts playing football, then after playing for some time interval, the person will feel tiredness because after playing for some time, the body of the person will start losing its energy. Where that energy lost by the person will go, it will be used by the football to move around. Every time person will be running and kicking the football, person is actually transferring some part of its own energy into the football, and by gaining that energy, the football is going to move on the ground. So in this way, whenever there is a transfer of energy from the person body into the football will be able to move in the direction of displacement. So from here, we can conclude an important point that whenever during the process of applying force by one body onto the another body, if there is an exchange of energy and there is a displacement also, then mechanical work will take place. So if during this application of force, transfer of energy is not able to cause the displacement, work done will be equal to 0. Second important point, if person kicks the football gently, small force is applied, then there is also a very minute transfer of energy from person's body into the football. So football will move but with a small velocity. But if the magnitude of the applied force is larger, then greater energy will be transferred by the person into the football, and the speed of the ball will also be increasing by a large amount. So here you see that if applied force is larger, exchange of energy between the ball and the person is also larger. So work done will also be larger. So that's why we define energy as the capacity to do work, that if a person or a body is able to exchange greater amount of energy with other object, greater will be the work done. So this type of energy we call it as mechanical energy, which is produced by the mechanical methods. Basically there are only two types of energies. One is called kinetic energy, other is called as the potential energy, which we will discuss one by one. Kinetic energy is the energy which arises due to the motion of the body. Kinetic word means motion. So energy which is possessed by a moving body, we call it as kinetic energy. If we are trying to catch a moving cricket ball, when the ball hits the hand, then it not only applies the force on the hands, but it is also able to push the hands backwards. This simple activity shows that a moving object has also ability to apply force and cause displacement. That means this type of energy we call it as kinetic energy. For example, hammer driving a nail into wooden block, energy of moving air, running the wind turbines, and bullet penetrating into a target. We want to find expression for the kinetic energy. Suppose a body is moving from point A to the point B, so that there is a total displacement s of the body. Initial velocity of the body is equal to 0. When body reaches at the point B, velocity of the body is v. Suppose during its displacement from A to B, body is present at the point P. A force F applied on the body pushes the body by a small displacement from point P to Q, so that in the direction P to Q there is a small displacement ds. In this case, for this small displacement ds, what is the work done by the force? It will be equal to F dot ds, which will be equal to F ds into cos 0, because both force and displacement are in the same direction. So it will be equal to F into ds. If we use Newton's second law, F is equal to ma, which we can write as m into dv over dt. Acceleration is time derivative of velocity. So using this equation here, dw is equal to m into dv over dt into ds. Take dt below ds, we will have m into dv into ds over dt. Time rate of change of displacement is velocity, so we can write down this equation as mass into velocity into dv. So under the effect of force, when the velocity of the body increases by a small amount dv, this is the work done. So what will be the total work done? Total work done, it will be integral of dw integral of mv into dv from 0 to v. Mass is constant, we take it outside. Integral is only for v dv from 0 to v. It is nothing but the integral of the type x raised to power n dx, which is x raised to power n plus 1 over n plus 1. So it will be m into v square by 2, limit from 0 to v. So work done expression comes out to be half mv square, and this work done is nothing but the kinetic energy of the body. So this is the expression of kinetic energy. An important thing about kinetic energy, that kinetic energy is the individual property of the body. So the body which is in motion, only that body is going to possess this particular amount of energy. Next, relation between kinetic energy and linear momentum. We know that linear momentum is mass into velocity, and kinetic energy is half mv square. So if into this equation we substitute the value of the velocity value is p by m. So if this value is substituted in the equation, we have half m into p square over m square. 1 m get cancel. The value of k is equal to p square by 2m. This is one equation which we can also write as p square equal to 2mk, or p is equal to square root 2mk. So if momentum and mass are given, using this equation we can find kinetic energy. If kinetic energy is given, mass is available, we can find momentum using this equation. An important numerical: a lighter and a heavier body have the same momentum. Which one will have more kinetic energy? So we are having a lighter body, and then there is a heavier body. Both possess same momentum. We have to find which has more kinetic energy. Let mass of lighter body is m1, mass of heavier body is m2, and m2 is greater than m1. We are searching for kinetic energy when momentum is given. So we will use the first equation. Kinetic energy is equal to p square over 2m. So because their momenta are equal, so because momentum is constant, that means momentum is same for both the bodies. So from this equation we observe that kinetic energy is inversely proportional to mass. That is, heavier the mass, lesser will be the kinetic energy. So from this we conclude that lighter body has more kinetic energy. If we do the opposite question, that a lighter and heavier body has same kinetic energy, which one will have more momentum, then we will use a second equation, that is p is equal to square root of 2 mk. Here it is given kinetic energy is constant. That is the same for both the bodies. From equation we get that momentum is proportional to square root of the mass. That means heavier the mass, more will be the momentum. So heavier body has more momentum. So in this way we can solve these kinds of questions. Thank you.